views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect the views of BronxNet or the program underwriters.
Hello and welcome to the very first episode of Season 4 of Leaders of the Future, a program produced by Niño de la Caridad Foundation and BronxNet TV. My name is Diana Martinez.
And my name is Heidi Soriano. Leaders of the Future is a youth-led program by young people for young people to inspire, motivate, and educate.
That's right, and in this episode we are going to discuss the college journey, so stay tuned. This is Leaders of the Future. Thank you for joining us on Leaders of the Future. Let's watch this discussion of two of my peers and Dr. Denise Nuñez about their personal experiences with the college journey. Enjoy!
Dr. Nuñez, thank you for sitting with us. What was your college experience like?
So, it was very interesting. I actually went to college not in this country. I went to college in Dominican Republic. It was something that I was not expecting. My parents took me to DR, so it was a very different experience. It was we don't dorm in colleges, so I had to like travel back and forth a lot, and I would spend the entire day in college, and believe it or not, I might eat once in the day. So I would come in very, very early to start my classes and then finish at nighttime and only eat once a day. Because my family didn't have enough money to give me in order for me to eat, right? But I would say that taught me so much. It taught me to be grateful, right? That taught me to not take anything for granted and to learn as much as I could, because I realized that even though it was a different college system, there was things that they taught me that only I could have learned because of the situation that I was in over there in DR, right? So now that what I used there, that I learned there, I actually use it here in my life, and that's why I think I have such a great passion to help people, because I found a lot of people that helped me during college, right? And all the things I learned, because when you go to college there, at the same time you go to the hospitals, and then they teach you in the hospitals, and it's not like here where you have everything. Right? You learn, you observe everything. You observe over there, you're hands-on. But you don't have the things you have here. So you have to like invent. You have to try to save people's life however you can. Right? You stay extra hours. And I think all that, now that I'm here and I have so many things I can use, I really use them, and I really try to help as many people as I can.
Thank you, doctor. Have you always known what path you wanted to take?
I did not know what type of patients I was going to take care of, if it was pediatrics or adult, but I did have, since I was a little kid, I wanted to serve, I wanted to help. So I loved to feed people, I loved to feed old people. That was something that I liked to just, make sure people were okay. My parents would take me to like meet my uncles, my aunties, or third cousins, and they were old people. So I was always like, are you okay? So I didn't know who I was going to treat, but I knew that it had to be something to do with taking care of people. And I thought that just looking at other people, what they were doing, I thought that medicine was the perfect career that I could take to serve and to help.
Has anyone in your family graduated from college?
Yes. So when I came here to New York, to the Bronx, and I started taking care of you guys, patients, I would always ask, what did you want to do? Always. That was my first question after, and you guys are my patients too, right? So, I'm always asking, so what do you want to do? So what do you want to do? Because when I was a little girl, my parents always asked me, so what do you want to do? So what do you want to do? My parents, my mom went to college, my aunties, my cousins. That was a natural thing. It was something natural in DR. There was no if or when or are you or you're not. There was no question about it. You had to finish high school and your next path was college. There was no question about it. When I came here to New York, I realized that you guys had a voice, and that if you didn't want to go to college, you wouldn't go to college. Like the parents, it's different. It's a little bit, not everybody, but some of the students, I found that, and I found that out while asking the questions. So that was that was a surprise for me, because I could not understand, sometimes I can't understand why students would not prefer to educate themselves more and more. That's what you're there for, right? When you finish high school, you have to continue your education. You have to prepare yourself. So, so to answer the question, no, I'm not the first one. A lot of my family members went to college. But my goal is to make sure that the same passion I had to go into college, being, I have to say, poor, because I didn't have, my parents really just worked for me to have food and education. Other than that, and that's how I raised my kids too, food and education, and that's it. And my goal is to help as many kids as I can, just to inspire them and make sure you do finish some sort of secondary education because of that.
That was wonderful, thank you.
You're welcome.
What message can you leave the youth with about pursuing higher education?
I think the most important thing is that try to figure out what you want. It's okay if you don't, but whatever you want to do, remember, you're going to fall. You're going to find a lot of people that are going to say, don't do it. I have found so many obstacles since I got here, a ton of obstacles, from not having where to live, sleeping on the floor for 2 to 3 months. After I sold everything I had in DR, I came here, and the first person I found was a doctor that said, go back to your country. So that being Latina, I didn't understand what that was like. I was just me, right? So all that, what did I do? I cried for a couple of days, and then I said, you know what? I'm going to lift myself back up. So it doesn't matter what you find, who you find, what obstacles, what wall, just do whatever it is. You want to feel bad for a couple hours, cry, and then you say, you know what? I can do this. I'm worth it. I'm going to step up to the plate, and I'm going to do what I need to do. But you need to have a laser. You have to be focused on what you want to do, and remember, it's not going to be easy. Nothing great comes easy. You're always going to have a lot of issues on your path to get to that goal. So everybody has that. All of us have a lot of problems, and all of us, you have to put the best in you to get to where you want to get.
Thank you so much, Dr. Nuñez. Now we'd like to flip the script for you to ask us some questions.
Absolutely. My pleasure. So Heidi, so what would you like to be in the future?
I'm still not sure. I'm still trying to explore, and see something that I want to find something I'm actually passionate about, something I want to do every day.
Absolutely.
But I don't think I found it. I found that thing yet. So I'm still looking. Yeah, I don't know.
And sometimes you don't have to look too hard. Sometimes you take a break, just see things that you like. Maybe you like math, maybe you like taking care of people. You don't have to think, I have to be a lawyer, I have to be a doctor, I have to be a judge. Just look at, right? What are the little things that you like? And then from there we can start building, okay? So what about you, Jocelyn?
I would like to be a psychiatrist.
I love that. Why?
Yes.
Why so?
I really like to help people, and I've seen usually people with special needs don't get treated the same way as normally as other people without special needs will be treated. And so I really I love to help people, even though I do not want to become a doctor because I don't like needles. But I do like to help people mentally, and also if the patient wants medicine, I could give them medicine as well.
So so you said psychologist or psychiatrist?
Psychiatrist.
So one of the things, that's a great opportunity to learn. So one of the things you can do is that, if you don't want to become a doctor, right, because you don't want needles, so to become a psychiatrist, you need to become a doctor. So you need to do all your years to become a medical doctor, and then you have to deal with blood and needles and all that. So one of the great things you can do to serve people, and especially now during COVID, there's a lot of people that, we were just talking about staying in school, right, staying at home. That just really kind of created a lot of anxiety in the kids and kids and adults, depression and all that, right? A lot of mental issues. So a psychologist, which is great also, so that we can talk about later on, but it's a good field for you to start looking into it, because you don't have to be a doctor in medicine, but you can be a psychologist, and you can help kids, adults with mental problems, with anxiety and things like that. So you'll be able to serve. and you don't have to have, work with needles, and it's a different path, which is great. So I encourage you to do that. That's awesome. You're welcome. And are you guys considering college?
Yeah, I am.
Yes.
Still don't know what I want to be, like what career I want to pursue, but I know I want to go to college.
Which is great. That's okay. And for you, definitely, right? If we're doing psychology, you have to do college, right? So that's perfectly fine, my love. That's perfectly fine if you don't know what, as I said. The most important thing is that laser focus that you have to go to college. We're going to figure out later on because there's so many opportunities of where you want to go. Okay? Great. You're welcome. Absolutely, my pleasure. So why do you guys think it's so important to go to college?
It's important to go to college because, like, if you want to pursue something like doctors or lawyers, you have to have experience to do your job good and to, like, help others as well. So college is a way to help you be the better you and help you, like, help with others or if you're, like, with everybody's needs.
That's a great answer, Jocelyn. And what about you, Heidi?
I think college is important because you get to educate yourself a little bit more, or like explore and learn, a little bit more on those things, or like just educate yourself a little bit more. I also think it's important because you have like that option just in case like you have that career or that degree or whatever it is you get, just in case like you find, there's something else you want to be. You still have that as a backup too. And yeah, I think it's important.
And you learn a lot. You learn, you meet other people, and you also learn life. Because not everything is what it looks like, right? So you learn a lot of things when you're in college. So that is great. Thank you so much. I'm very happy and proud of you girls. And if you need anything, Niño La Caridad, is going to help you out. I will help you out. And you have all of us that can help you out. So congratulations to both of you. You're awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We built a media network for you.
BronxNet TV.
Come learn in your new state-of-the-art studios at Lehman College.
At Mercy College.
And coming soon to the South Bronx in the Hub.
Inspire with your stories, culture, history.
Your Bronx on BronxNet.
Engage with us.
Connect with us at your channels and at BronxNet.tv.
Learn, engage, inspire. BronxNet TV.
From the Bronx
to the world.
BronxNet.
Hi, my name is Jocelyn, and I'm with Osmaris and Fatima. And today we are going to talk about the impact Leaders of the Future and Niño de la Caridad Foundation has made in our lives. The first question is, how has the foundation helped you on your pursuit of college?
The way that it helped me, it impacted me for college, is that it helped me look for a career path that I want to do, and it's showed me some things that I can do to fulfill that.
A way El Niño de la Caridad Foundation helped me was it definitely helped me explore different careers and maybe like a career I would like to choose in the future.
For me, the foundation has helped me in thinking of what I want. Like, there's many things that I could choose from, and so like having people to help me with this helps me open my mind and like choose what is right for me. The next question is, what is the positive impact Leaders of the Future has had on your personal growth?
Well, a positive impact is that it helped me interact with more people, to get more comfortable with talking to people.
I would agree too. Like I really wouldn't I was like more shy than I was now, and I think it really definitely did help me.
I agree with both of you because I'm also a bit shy, and so like having other people in this program has helped me to open up a bit more. Do you feel Leaders of the Future has helped you develop skills that can help you on your college journey?
Well, yes, it has helped me. One of the skills also being interacting with people, but also to look for resources if you need help with anything.
Yeah, I would agree. Like communication is a big skill that I learned in the program, so I feel like I could apply that to everyday life.
I would say that public speaking would be something that has helped me like to develop for my college journey, because like if I want to present something that I did or anything, so I believe that's a good one. Thank you, Osmaris and Fatima, for joining me today and sharing how this program and Niño de la Caridad has helped you in your growth and college path. We will be right back with more Leaders of the Future.
Welcome back to Leaders of the Future. We're discussing the college journey. We are pleased to welcome our next guest, Perla Rodriguez. Perla is a lifelong educator, reader, and writer. She is a director of the education programs at Hispanic Federation, the nation's premier Latino nonprofit membership organization. Welcome, Perla. Thank you so much for joining us today. Can you please tell us about Hispanic Federation?
Sure. So Hispanic Federation is a non-for-profit organization. It was created in 1990, and it works to raise Latino voices. It empowers the Latino communities through education efforts like this workshop and this interview today, and immigration, civic engagement, economic empowerment, and the environment. So that's the type of work that we do. We do advocacy, and we also do programming around those areas.
What is the Hispanic Federation College Prep Workshops about?
So one of our education initiatives at Hispanic Federation are college prep workshops. Those are workshops that we have every month for Latino families. We have them in English and we have them in Spanish, mostly in Spanish. And those workshops are around the college going process. So we talk about the college application process, we talk about financial aid, how to apply, how to get ready for the college application process, because that tends to be complicated and a little stressful sometimes for our high school seniors. So we offer these workshops, and mostly families, parents attend as well, and students attend these monthly workshops.
Perla, how did you get involved in the program?
So I joined the Hispanic Federation some time ago. My career trajectory was that I was an English teacher, high school English teacher. Then I taught undergrad. And then I worked in CUNY, working with teachers that were in the New York City Department of Education. And then from there, I transitioned into non-for-profit work and working with students around college access and college success. So I started working at Hispanic Federation, and that's the same work that we're doing now, which I actually really, really love, doing this college access, college success work with New York City families.
Can you please tell us about the Rumbo a la Universidad Fair and the benefits for the youth?
Oh yeah, so Rumbo a la Universidad is a virtual college fair that we are collaborating with. Hispanic Federation is collaborating with Univision 41. It's going to be online from April 6th to April 11th. So all you have to do is register and then pop in the dates of the event. So if you register at univision.com /universidad. So in that virtual college fair, there's going to be a few colleges there sharing information. They're going to have their own booths. And then we're also going to have a whole bunch of workshops for families and students, both in English and Spanish. And there's also a whole bunch of opportunities to win prizes. So it should be a fun, it's online, you know, so everybody is used to being online already, but it should be a fun event and sharing a lot of resources, a lot of information, and hopefully some prizes if you guys jump in as well.
That sounds super exciting. Thank you for sharing with us. We're speaking all about colleges today. Can you complete your career without going to college?
That's a great question. What I tell a lot of the students that I interact with, and even when I was teaching, is that, yeah, college is not for everyone. There's a lot of people that do get a technical degree and create a career around that. But I am always encouraging my students to get a college degree because this is the perfect opportunity to do so. And there's lots of resources out there. There's lots of financial aid available. What I see a lot that happens is that sometimes students, they want to work as soon as they graduate. They want to make money, right? They really want to make that money so they could buy themselves whatever they want to buy. And they start doing that. And then years down the road, right, in 10, 20 years, they realize, oh shoot, I actually want to change my job. I want to do something different. I want to apply for this job, but I don't have a college degree. So what am I going to do? So they either have to make a decision later in life to go back to college, or they stay stuck wherever it is that they've been doing for all those years. So I always tell my students, listen, you're going to live a long and hopefully a long and healthy life with a lot of different things happening. You're going to change careers probably a few times. So why not do this college thing, take it out of the way, just finish it in 4 years, and then you have the rest of your life to figure out different things that you want to do. But at least you won't have that stopping you so that you can't continue in whatever it is that you want to pursue. So to answer your question in a long way, you could have a career without a college degree, but it will be limiting if you want to change. If you have a technical degree, if you want to change it up later on and get other jobs, most places do require a college degree.
That was really great advice. What would you recommend kids to do if they're struggling to look for a college or what they want to do?
That's a great question, and students need to, and where they're in high school, they need to start exploring and they need to start understanding who they are as a person, what they're interested in, what are their aptitudes, what do they like doing, where do they see themselves in 10 years. There's so many questions that you could ask yourself to start developing what it is that you want to study. Once you figure out like what niche you want to go into, what industry, right? Maybe you like art or music, or maybe you like law, communications, business, accounting. Once you figure out what that is by doing your research and figuring out like what you like, there's also personality tests that you could take as well. Then you use that to decide where you're gonna go for college, right? A lot of students, they end up going to colleges that they just know about or that are nearby without really thinking about, well, does that college really suit me? Does it have the career that I want, right? So you first have to think about what do you want? What's the career that you want? Then look for the colleges that have the resources that will support you. And then from there, start applying to those schools. And don't limit yourself, right? Always keep your options open, apply to a whole bunch of different schools and see what, when you start getting acceptances and financial aid packages, you'll see what the best decision is for you. But there's personality tests. There's tons of websites that talk about careers. They talk about how much money the specific careers make, information about the day-to-day in those careers. So this is just a lot of research that you guys need to start doing in high school so that when you're in college, you're better able to figure out what you want to major in and where you want to go.
That was very helpful. Can you please tell us about the Crear Futuro College Success and Mentoring Program?
Of course. So Crear Futuros is one of Hispanic Federation's signature programs. It's basically a college success and mentoring program that we have at 9 colleges nationwide. And what we do is we recruit mentors, and the mentors are usually juniors and seniors in college. We train them, we give them professional development, and then they work with mentees who are usually freshmen in college and kind of support them along the way, give them, they share with them a community, show them how to advocate for themselves, and they support them in every way possible so that the mentees that are freshmen stay in college and make sure that they graduate and have a successful college career. And then the mentors and the mentees, they're both able to attend Hispanic Federation events that we create to give the students professional career and college workshops. So that's Crear Futuros, and we have it at specific schools across the country.
Perla, out of curiosity, what did you major in?
So I majored in English and Spanish literature. And one thing that I did learn when I started school is I was one of the freshmen. I was one of these freshmen, like many freshmen, that go in and they have no idea what they want to study and what they want to do with their life, right? So I took a few classes. I got scared of a few classes. Like I took a psychology class. I thought I wanted to do psychology. I took a psychology class. I got my first D ever, and that scared me. I never took a psychology class again. And then I took an education class, and I thought it was boring, but I ended up becoming a teacher anyways. So I had a weird path. I studied abroad in Spain, and that made me major in Spanish. Study abroad is so fun. One of the best things I ever did in my life. So I did English and Spanish, but I was super confused, and I made some decisions that weren't the best. At the end, it all worked out because I became an English teacher, and now I do education programming. But that's why I said before that, you have to just, when you get to college, you could experiment, but have an idea in your head of what you want to do when you're there. And don't back out of things because you're afraid of failure, like I did, right? That's a big lesson that I learned. Like, okay, I got a D, big deal. I could have taken another psychology class. So that's my advice. But anyways, again, another long answer to your question. But yes, I did English and Spanish major in college.
Wow, that was amazing. What message would you like to leave the youth with today?
Go to college. Definitely go to college, and make sure, and even if you're hesitant about college, just give it a shot. There's always community colleges as well, right? Students, you could go get an associate degree, you could go to a community college, and then if you like it, if you want to continue, you could transfer to a 4-year college after that. But definitely go to college just so you guys could get it out of the way, so that you could continue with your life and not have that stop you. You don't want to start your young adult life with something stopping you. And I feel like not going to college is something pulling you back, right? You want to go full speed ahead, powerful, right? I'm always telling my students to shine their light, never be afraid of anything, just go for whatever you want to do, whatever classes you want to take, whatever clubs you want to join, whatever jobs you want to apply for. I think as people of color, we tend to shy away from certain opportunities and have imposter syndrome and maybe not feel like we belong in certain places or that we could do certain things, but it's the complete opposite. I think we always need to shine bright and go full speed ahead for whatever we want to do.
This conversation really empowered me. Thank you, Perla, for joining us today and sharing valuable lessons with us on Leaders of the Future.
Thank you so much for having me. This was great.
That's all for our show today. Thank you for joining us.
We look forward to seeing you next time here on Leaders of the Future.